understand it's essentially the same unappreciative crowd full of scumbags from last night.
Hey wrestling fans, it's the Scumbags Wrestling Podcast. With me, Sean, your host, coming to you from London, Ontario. Remember to share this with your friends, whether they listen to podcasts on any outlet. We're available on 15 of them, including Spotify, Stitcher, Podcoin, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. We're also got a new video show, The Production Line, with Tyson Duke's Wrestle Factory and Factory Fridays on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. On this week's episode, going to look at everything happening with Smash Wrestling, including results from Dresden, their upcoming calendar leading into SummerSlam week, where they present 8 different cards or 4 days. We'll look back at AEW's Fight for the Fallen, New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 tournament results so far, and WWE Extreme Rules, and everything coming up with their calendar leading to SummerSlam. We'll be right back after these very short messages. The one and only Tim Curry will be a featured guest at London Comic Con, presented by Start.ca, October 5th and 6th, 2019, the London Convention Center.
Are you looking to get into the wrestling business? Well, look no further than the Tyson Duke's Wrestle Factory, located right here in London, Ontario. Tyson has over 20 years of experience in the wrestling world, and he's even been brought down to the WWE Performance Center to be a guest trainer. We've already seen the likes of Jordan James, Kyle Boone, Violet Lee, Jim Strider, Pharaoh Bowman, Chris Mitchells, and many more. Plus, the new generation that are coming from the second group, such as Josh Pine, Shiloh, Nova, Frankie War, and many more. You don't want to miss your opportunity to learn from one of the best in Ontario, if not all of Canada, or the world, in Tyson Dukes. So that's the Tyson Dukes Wrestle Factory. It's open Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, and located at 309 Exeter Road here in London.
Hey wrestling fans, welcome back to this week's episode of the Scumbags Wrestling Podcast. Let's dive into everything that has gone on and will go on with Smash Wrestling. Last weekend, Smash Wrestling was in Dresden for a special house show in support of the Dresden Junior Kings hockey team. It was a great turnout, and here are the results from that show. Wrestling Factory student Frankie War made his debut, taking on another student in Alec Realm. Unfortunately, War came up short in his debut match, and Alec Realm picked up the victory. War had a huge amount of support, as he is from that local area just outside of Dresden, and a lot of friends and family were there to support his debut. Up next, we saw Halal Beefcake come out along with Kevin Bennett to insult the audience, and they were confronted by the Pillars, who later on, all 6 men would be involved in the main event of the evening. The next matchup was a mixed tag team match. Was originally scheduled to have Jody Threat involved, but it turned out she was needed elsewhere to film a TV show. So taking her place was Anthony Kingdom James teaming up with Sebastian Suave, and they picked up the victory over Violet Lee and The Muscle. Cody Deaner then took on Ricky James and picked up the victory in a hard-fought match between the two. Scotty O'Shea defeated local hero Super K in a really good match as well. The leader, Disgraceland, John Greed, took on a local competitor from the Chatham area and defeated him. Taking us to our hard-hitting main event with Halal Beefcake and Kevin Bennett, the Kevin Bennett Experience, taking on the Pillars, Tyson Dukes, Tarek, and Brent Banks. As expected, this was a hard-hitting, high-flying match between all 6 men, and in the end, the Pillars stood victorious over the Kevin Bennett Experience. Smash Wrestling appreciated everybody who showed up for the event and has promised that they are going to return possibly more often than just once a year to Dresden. Look forward to the upcoming calendar over the next year to see how many times this does actually happen, but they're at least going to return next summer to support the Junior Kings. Looking at some of the other events coming up for Smash Wrestling is going to be July 21st in Kitchener, Ontario at the Tannery Event Center. New Kids on the Block, Smash Wrestling TV taping for the Fight Network. True to the show's theme, new faces will be seen when Smash Wrestling returns to Kitchener. Brent Banks takes on the Smash Wrestling debut of Corey Stone. The unhinged mind of Psycho Mike Rollins takes on PWA star Joey Allen, and was sure to be a hard-hitting contest. The newly formed duo of Violet Lee and The Muscle, now known as Physical Attraction, thanks to their continued accidental advice from Scott Hunter, will take on the pair of ruthless ass-kickers in Jody Threat and Sebastian Suave. Opportunity knocks as Aiden Rain returns to Kitchener to take on the debuting heavyweight Jake Jones. Smash Wrestling's newest tag team, The Revolt, take on 2 former Smash Wrestling champions. Do they have what it takes to overcome Tyson Dukes and Tarek of the Pillars? And then the main event for New Kids on the Block will see Kevin Bennett defend his newly won Smash Wrestling Championship against PWA star Super K. You don't want to sleep on this show, Kitchener. It happens July 21st at the Tannery Event Center in Kitchener, Ontario. Doors open at 4 p.m. with the show starting at 5. Then, Sunday, July 28th at the Joe Thornton Community Center in St. Thomas, Ontario, Smash Wrestling makes their debut in St. Thomas. St. Thomas marks the debut of Wrestle Factory student Michael Grayson. You won't want to miss his debut, along with other stars and talent from the Wrestle Factory. Then, August 7th, it starts off with Smash Week. Smash Wrestling, in conjunction with WXW, OWE, and Progress Wrestling, are presenting 8 different events over 4 different days. They all happen at the Midtown Event Theatre in Toronto, Ontario. The first event is August 7th at 4 p.m., OWE, Oriental Wrestling Entertainment. There'll be a match of good versus evil as the Dark Order take on Strong Hearts. The first Chinese-born Canadian citizen to become a wrestler, Sunny Zai, takes on the first Canadian wrestler in China, Buck Gunderson. There's a lot of firsts in this match. The question they need to answer in this match, can one impress OWE management? Then, at 8 o'clock, August 7th, at the Midtown Event Theatre, is Smash vs. Progress. Kevin Bennett will take on Walter. The Pillars, Tyson Dukes and Brent Banks, will face off against Aussie Open. Casey Spinelli will go one-on-one against Jordan Grace. Psycho Mike Rollins will battle against Trent Seven. You'll also see Paul Robinson and Travis Banks. Jody Threat will go one-on-one against Tony Storm. And Tarek will face off against NXT UK star Jordan Devlin. That's Smash vs. Progress, happening at the Midtown Event Theater Wednesday, August 7th at 8 p.m. On Thursday, August 8th at 4 p.m., it's WXW presenting Ambition 11. The main event will see Timothy Thatcher against Alexander James. Walter will take on Speedball Mike Bailey. In a super fight, Tyson Dukes takes on Yuki Ishikawa. August 8th at 8 o'clock at the Midtown Event Theater, Progress Wrestling will have their own card. You'll see Walter versus Paul Robinson. David Starr and Jody Threat taking on Chris Brooks and Jordan Grace. The Dark Order versus Aussie Open versus the Butcher and the Blade. Tony Storm takes on Holly Dead. Travis Banks takes on Jordan Devlin. Trent Seven goes one-on-one against Eddie Kingston. You'll also see many more stars from Progress Wrestling on August 8th with their own show at 8 p.m. Then Friday, August 9th at 4 p.m., WXW Westside Extreme Wrestling is live at the Midtown Event Theater. Yuki Ishikawa takes on Timothy Thatcher. Plus, you'll see Walter against Daisuke. Bobby Guns will go one-on-one with Speedball Mike Bailey. Plus many more stars of WXW as they do their final show in Toronto at 4 p.m. August 9th. The biggest event on the Smash Wrestling calendar happens Friday night, August 9th at 8 p.m. as Smash Wrestling presents Super Showdown 7. Mike Bailey endured a nightmarish Northern tournament to earn a shot at the Smash Wrestling champion. Kevin Bennett won the championship that night as well and will defend it against Mike Bailey. Carter Mason has refused to be snubbed by Tyson Dukes after calling him out for a rematch at the Northern. Dukes instead challenged his friend Jason Kincaid to face him at Super Showdown. Mason hasn't stopped requesting an opportunity at Dukes, and since Smash Wrestling didn't want to wait either, Kincaid also informed Smash Wrestling that he's looking for a bigger possible challenge in August and suggested it become a triple threat. So now we will see Jason Kincaid, Tyson Dukes, and Carter Mason all go at it in a triple threat match as a part of Super Showdown 7. Tarek and Brent Banks of the Pillars will take on Walter and Sakamoto. A huge grudge match has been signed as the Blade returns to Super Showdown to face the man he tried to drive away, Psycho Mike Rollins. Plus, Anthony Kingdom James has demanded to see a more aggressive side and violent side of Sebastian Suave. Meanwhile, Rosemary has been looking to avenge the loss she took 2 years ago that drove her out of Smash Wrestling for a while. Both have an appetite for destruction, so what better stage than Super Showdown 7 as Sebastian Suave takes on Rosemary. And in a rematch from the main event of the Canusa Classic 2018, Lufisto will go one-on-one with Jordan Grace. Scotty O'Shea and Mark Wheeler won the tag team tournament and will challenge Halal Beefcake for the tag team titles. It's a huge night of wrestling action for Smash Wrestling with Super Showdown 7, August 9th, 8 p.m. at the Midtown Event Theater. Saturday morning, August 10th at 9 a.m. at the Met is The Summit, a women's pro wrestling event featuring Smash Wrestling, Rise, Femme Fatales, and Shimmer. There'll be a formal meet and greet prior to the event beginning at 9 a.m. Wrestlers appearing on the card later that day will be accessible during the meet and greet, where photos, autographs, and assorted merchandise will be available for purchase. One of the true icons of professional wrestling